All right, so our next topic here today, guys, is going to the world of Star Wars, in particular, The Mandalorian Season 2. But I guess if you want to be even more particular, it's some news on Ahsoka Tano being played by Rosario Dawson. Now, we've known, I guess, I don't even know if they've gone out of the way to actually confirm it. I think I just saw like another article about The Mandalorian Season 2 where they hadn't even actually confirmed that what's his name? Timothy Oliphant, his character. We've known for like 6 months now that he was gonna be in The Mandalorian, but Disney hadn't even confirmed it until like a day or 2 ago. So I don't know like what they've been doing with the whole casting thing, just taking their time. But we got our first maybe our first look at what Ahsoka Tano is going to look like being portrayed in live action by Rosario Dawson. And I think it looks pretty good. And this comes from like it's almost like a concept art image, but it's on the Force
So yeah,
Effects
like an
lightsabers.
artist rendering, kind of like they do on the Black Series boxes.
Right. And but I mean, in the end,
Looks pretty legit to me.
it looks legit. Like, I mean, I don't see this being a like fake thing. It's just like what you consider to be a leaked image. But I think it pretty much honestly when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I imagined Ahsoka Tano would look like being played
Right.
by Rosario Dawson. I like that's what I imagined. But the only real question is, like, this is still technically though some form of like a drawing, right? So I think the biggest thing for people, at least in my mind, at least biggest thing for me, not speak for anyone else, was to see how her head tail things because it's not just your typical Twi'lek.
Yeah, I was gonna
Tails,
say
they got
it's
she's
not like
got
the
like the
Twi'lek
thing
typically.
that goes up and then they come down. So I've been real curious as to like how it's actually going to look and function in live action. So I don't really. This doesn't give you a real idea of a live action feel of this, in my opinion. Still, especially since it's all kind of got a blue overtone to it as opposed to actual like skin coloring and everything.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it looks good. Like it didn't get me any more or less excited, it just made me feel like Rosario
That's
Dawson
what it
was
is.
always good casting for it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm mainly just curious about, like, how it's still gonna look in live action. I would have liked to have seen granted, this is obviously just a leak kinda thing, but I would have liked to have seen even on the Force Effects box if they're gonna use Rosario Dawson's, likeness for even this piece of, promotional art on the toy itself. Why wasn't it like an actual live action, like, picture of her?
I don't think they
Yeah.
do that on any of the boxes though.
Don't they?
No, it's
Yeah, they might
always
have there might be some licensing for their image that they have to pay extra for if they're gonna use them on the toys.
I haven't seen an actual picture on like a Star Wars figure box for
No, for
many.
the Force Effect sabers, though, like, I'm pretty sure, like, on the Luke one, it's a picture of Mark.
Is it?
I think. I could try to pull it up. Let me see. But what do you guys think of the overall look for it so far?
Looks good.
I guess my biggest question is gonna be how much of it is practical and how much of it is CGI? Are they gonna digitally alter them to try and
Yeah,
blend
true.
them in more? Which I mean, as long as they do it right, it's not gonna matter. Which with the production quality that they have on the show, I have a feeling it'll look just fine. But I am kind of curious about that aspect of it.
Like the headdress thing could look, maybe that's CGI or something like that, but
I feel like if
I don't know why
anything,
they'd
they'd
even
have
need
to do a
to.
mixture, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know they did. This isn't. Is it? Look
What
at
is
this. A Darth Revan one?
No.
How cool is that? Look at that,
That'd be
dude.
pretty awesome.
Look at that, dude.
That would be pretty awesome.
Look at that.
I want a Darth Revan mask.
Dude, there's honestly, not to go like off topic or anything, but there's some people who make some pretty decent ones on Etsy, like a full
Oh, I've seen
costume.
them.
Like it looks pretty decent, all things
Yeah.
considered.
You can buy a kit too where you paint it yourself and all that. It's just like a rough cast that you get.
Right.
I'd rather do that.
All I'm seeing is the Ahsoka Tano one. I can't even find the packaging for.
Did you type in
the
elite?
other one?
Because I don't think the other ones are like elite technically. They're just Force Effects lightsabers.
What makes them elite? You know, what makes them different? Do they metal?
They all have metal hilts. They
That's what I
all
thought.
have like maybe it's got like a better blade on it, like a dueling blade.
Wonder if you can like take the crystal, like a crystal out or something.
That would be sweet.
Do you think this might be a leak that they might be using Rosario Dawson's image, but that this is a placeholder image that they put on the box so that
True.
if it's a fact leak that wouldn't make it out? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I didn't obviously click into it too much, but like I'm looking at shopping like on Google right now, and like it's saying I can buy that exact saber for $200 or $225 from GameStop. So like, I'm guessing these things are actually already like
In the wild.
they're there.
GameStop has a lot of cool stuff now. Like I was kind of shocked the last time I was in there.
Well, the one right next to us is like closing down too. So the one over
The one in Kenwood had like so many collector's items.
those are the only ones, dude. The one down in Finneytown, this is completely off topic, but they had a ton of like their whole wall was figures. And
That's
that
how
was,
it was at Kenwood.
yeah, and that was like the only reason. No, this one was this store in general is like bigger than like the Kenwood
Ooh.
one. Like it's like twice as big, and like they actually have like a shit ton of stuff in it.
They want to.
But I think like those are the only GameStops that are even surviving anymore. Like they had to adapt. It was the right thing for them to do, was to actually start selling like collectibles and stuff, because I
Yeah.
don't know anymore. Like 9 times out of 10, people just download the games. Like there's really
So
no
much
game.
is digital. Yeah.
Yeah, and then their trade-in value is like so poor, especially
So bad.
like you go to GameStop with $2,000 worth of games, and it's like Pawn Stars. Like, I'll give you $5 for it.
Like most I could do is $5, man.
Yeah,
I'm
best I
calling
can
an
do.
expert.
Final offer. All right.
750.
But yeah, I don't know. As far as the Rosari Dawson stuff, though, I think it looks good. It's pretty much exactly as I pictured she would look. I don't know. Like it was cool. It's cool to see her, but I'm more or less like, I don't know. I'm holding out. I have reservations for Ahsoka being in the show to begin with, just because I don't want it to turn into like a Jedi show. I don't want it to turn into Rebels, the TV show. I don't want it to. I want Mandalorian to be its own thing.
Well, there was a
like
rumor about Ezra Bridger coming back.
I know,
too.
that's what I'm saying, and that's why I don't want it to be Rebels.
Let it be the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it needs to be like, I'm fine with like, if they want to have those characters pop up here and there, fine. But if it's like, if you guys want to make a Rebels TV show, then make a Rebels TV show. Like, don't waste Mandalorian's time on it. Make your own show.
Yeah.
Do you think we're getting another trailer before the new season drops?
I would
Or is
certainly
it-
hope
is
so.
I would have to assume, because I mean, we're looking at 2.5, 3 weeks now.
3 weeks, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I'm just curious because we didn't see her in the first trailer, so
Right.
I'm wondering if that's more indicative of the fact that they are not pushing her as a major part of the show, because she isn't a major part of the show. They're going to keep it mainly on Mando and the child, and that while it's been announced that she's going to be in it, she's more of a one episode kind of deal rather than an overarching, series regular.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping. And I think that's really like a good way to use kind of pre-existing characters with the Mandalorian show. Like,
Almost like a cameo appearance.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and like, because like the Mandalorian himself, like he doesn't know anything about like the Jedi or anything.
Calls them sorcerers.
Yeah, he calls them sorcerers, and like thinks they're the enemy essentially. And so bringing in characters that are already well established in the lore is both helpful to us, the viewer, but
yeah.
it's also helpful like to progress the story further for the Mandalorian himself, just because they don't have to spend as much time introducing like some random new Jedi if they can just bring in Ahsoka Tano.
That everybody already knows.
Yeah, we're all familiar with it, so they don't have to spend as much time. And there's like, so we trust Ahsoka when we see her on screen, but the Mandalorian doesn't. So like,
Yeah.
it creates a lot more. I don't know. There's a lot more nuance to that, as opposed to it just being there's some hooded guy over there that we know nothing about. So it's like we're sitting there questioning if he's good, he's bad, whatever. Creates more conflict when we know what's going on, but he doesn't know what's going on. And it's more compelling. And it's always good to see some characters that haven't. haven't been like done in live action. Seeing them in live action for the first time is cool.
It's an interesting perspective.
Yeah, yeah. And like I'd still love to see like Revan pop up in live action at some point. You know, even if it was like completely redone. Like
Keanu Reeves. Be a perfect.
no, Keanu Reeves for that. I would honestly like him.
Keanu can do anything.
Keanu can do everything. Like, I mean, I wouldn't like, be against him playing Darth Revan by any means. I just feel like
he'd like that.
I don't know if I see him as Darth Revan.
It's like, dude, give me my lightsaber.
I mean, yeah, I honestly don't see that. I don't think that would work too well. I don't know. It depends on how you would do the movie, though. At the time, if you completely rewrote him and made him like different. I mean, I don't know.
True.
Anybody could play Revan. He wears a mask.
Yeah.
Like, it depends. It depends. Just like, I don't know. Anybody could have played Ahsoka, but Rosario Dawson, I feel like, was perfect casting just because her facial structure is very similar to the animated version of her already. So it was like, and it's one of those rare occasions where you find an actor that perfectly fits the role, like physically, in a lot of ways, but then they're also a great actor or actress, whatever you want to say. So it kind of worked out. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it at the end. You guys still looking forward to it?
Oh yeah. Gosh.
Well, we only got 3 weeks. So 3 weeks and I don't know. I guess technically 8 weeks 11 weeks because we don't know which episode she's going to be in. So, and it's week to week.
Right.
So in 3 weeks, we'll see episode 1, but maybe we won't see Ahsoka till 11 weeks from now.
True.
You know what I mean? So,
Boy, that would be a big tease to announce her and then not have her show up till the finale. That would be
a huge
I mean, the thing is, though, I would totally agree if they were pushing her in the marketing. Like, if we had seen her in that trailer, I think it'd be a bad idea to do that if she's only going to have a 5-minute role in one episode, especially during the middle of the season or something. Because then you just run into the whole thing where it's like people are just waiting. People are already just waiting to see Ahsoka, waiting to see what's going to happen with Tamora Mortensen and Boba Fett or the clones, whatever he's doing there. You know, like everyone's already anticipating these things. So it's kind of good that they're not putting that stuff in the trailers because it does make me believe that each one of those I just mentioned probably have a very small role and maybe one episode focuses on each one of them.
Yeah,
like
it's a story with.
Yeah. So, which again, I think is the right way to go because it's the Mandalorian story. You know,
yeah,
if they want to make Boba Fett, they can make Boba Fett. Like a clone thing would be pretty cool though. But I feel like that kind of goes in line with the Ahsoka stuff. I don't know. If they wanted to make a Rebels show, they could do more of the clone stuff. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyways, guys, you let us know what you guys think down in the comments section below. We'll know much more about the Ahsoka Tano stuff, like I said, in 3 to 11 weeks. Depending on how many episodes that she's going to be in, we'll figure it out in 3 to 11 weeks. Whatever you guys think, let us know down in the comments section below.